give you an additional hint for the Open. The repeat workout this year will be from within the 2020 period. The repeat will come from one of the more recent, any workout from 2020 up until last year.
Okay, so I went through and I documented all of the workouts, including the repeats. So we didn't have a repeat in 2020, 2022, or 2024. So we got kind of a lot to pick from. What I did is I'm going to put together kind of a point system. And my point system is based on whether or not the workout is accessible, meaning like any CrossFit gym could host this type of workout, that the equipment is accessible. You could do this workout if you were training at 24-hour fitness, etc. The difficulty, so one of the themes I've noticed is if a workout is super difficult and there's a lot of people that struggle through that workout, they repeat those workouts quite a bit. There's something known as like the no factor when a workout's announced and you're like, oh, I just don't want to do that. And you're like, no, God! Yeah, so that would be a type of workout that they don't want to repeat. I did notice too, like there's common movements, right? So if we rank these movements, right, you got double unders, muscle ups, thrusters, chest to bar, toes to bar, burpees, deadlifts, cleans, wall balls, row, snatch, box jumps, handstand push-ups. All of those are like really common, and you can see how often they're used here. So if there's a most common movement, we definitely want to take that in consideration. So unless they're introducing, but in this case, it's a repeat workout. I do think like if you see a workout on the board and you didn't sign up for the CrossFit Open and then you're like, oh man, I bet I could do better at that one, or I just want to see how I'm doing, that definitely will increase the likelihood of your participation. And then one thing too, I think that they want to measure, CrossFit HQ wants to measure, is if the workout, if they have data set, like a fairly large data set of people that participated in the Open, and then they remeasure it, they want to see that delta. They want to see that change. So a perfect example is like, if you go back to the first games, I don't even know, there was a certain percentage that could barely even snatch like 135. And then that's like commonplace now. Like if you can't do a 135 snatch, it's like, do you even CrossFit, bro? And then there's a pattern, right? So one of the patterns that I've picked up on when I look at the workouts, I started my journey here 2014. So if you look at the pattern, right? So 14.1 and 11.1 were both metabolic conditioning. When you go to 15.1, that's metabolic. You got a little bit of a longer workout. That's definitely a trend for workout number one, is they want to measure your metabolic conditioning, okay? Usually the last workout is where they test barbell. So your 11.6, 12.5, 18.5, 16.5, 14.5. Almost exclusively, you got a thruster movement, which is a barbell movement. And then you also have like a pulling movement. So they're opposition, right? Push and pull is what you're testing. And then you're doing it at a high capacity, high speed, right? There was, so you take any thruster with a burpee, thruster row, thruster double under, thruster increasing weight, thruster, etc. So that's kind of what I see in terms of like different trends. There's probably a bunch of other trends. Comment below if you see trends, because I'm just shooting from the hip. So another thing that you may notice here, so 2021, 2023, we have a repeat 17.1 repeated here and 14.1 or 14.4 repeated here. So they're immediately 21.2 21.2 and 23.1. So 21.2, I'm going to give this zeros all across because I don't see them repeating a workout 3 times in a row. That's only been done once. And then, what was the other one? 23.1. So 23.1 is here. So I'm just going to give that zeros across the board because I don't see that being in the open. Okay. So yeah, they've repeated 11.6, 12.5, and 18.5. They're again that last workout of the test, or last workout of the open. Typically thrusters and burpees. Repeating that gave them a lot of really good data. Also, they're tough workouts. So let's go back though. Let's take a peek. Let's go back and look at some workouts. So we did get, hey, it's going to be between 2020 and 2024. So I'm just going to look at probability. Okay. So first workout here, we got 20.1. You got ground to overhead, reasonable weight, and then you got bar facing burpees. Okay, so from a CrossFit point of view, let's go ahead and rank this. Accessibility, number 1. Difficulty, if you send it, that's going to be a hard workout. The no factor, I'm going to go to 0.75 because I don't know that people are really freaked out by that. They'll be freaking out about round 5, right? But initially, when you see that on the board, you're like, I can do it. I'll manage. Common movements, yes, it's got a burpee. Ground to overhead is not a common movement, but it's also not an uncommon movement. So pairing those movements together, pretty good. This is also metabolic conditioning, 15 minutes of your journey. So let's give that a 1. Would it increase participation? I would say yes, because if you did this workout or you're like, hey, I'm just going to scale. Yeah, you can scale the weight and get a good workout. Burpee is like universal, even, really beginner CrossFit athletes can do this. Good data? Absolutely. You're going to get good data from that. It does support a pattern because you're looking at workout 1 being more metabolic conditions. So that gets a 6.75. Let's go to the second workout. So second workout I love because it is a grind, right? You got 20 minutes, 4 dumbbell thrusters. You got 6 toes to bar, which they've used a lot in the open. And then you got double unders, which are used like 100% of the time. So accessibility, most people are going to have dumbbells. Difficulty, yeah, that's going to smoke you 20 minutes of that work. People see that on the board. Most people hate the dumbbell thruster. Common movements, I'm going to give this 1.25 because there's 2 common movements in that, which is a thruster and a double under and toes to bar, very highly ranked. Would it increase participation? I'd give it a 1. Good data, yep, good data set. Does it support a pattern? So that was a workout 2. A little bit higher skill with the double under, but this could easily be a workout 1. Workout 3, it wouldn't be because, well, maybe it could be a workout 3. So I'm going to say it supports the pattern. Let's go to 20.3. So 20.3, you got a pretty tight time cap. So as a first workout, no, because the risk of injury doing these weights is rather high. The skill set, really, really high. Most people can't do the handstand walk, and the handstand push-up is gonna challenge your athlete. As a workout 1 for accessibility, I don't see it. I'm going to give it a 0.75. Difficulty, yeah, it crushes most athletes, but not in a good way. So I'm going to give it a 0.75 because it's really only for your elite CrossFitter. The no factor, this one is a flip of the coin, because if you have the weight, you can move the deadlift and you can do the handstand push-up. You're all in. You're fine with this workout. Handstand walk is going to be crippling, so I would say it's a 0.75. Common movements, no, it's not very common. You're looking at increasing participation. This would scare the people. This would scare people away. So I'm going to say no. The only data that it's going to really gather, right, is how many more people can get through the first part quickly, and then the second part, do they get to the handstand walk? That's not like that. We already know what that data is, right? We know that most people aren't going to get past the first round. It does not support a pattern as a first workout. It would support a pattern as a second workout. It does not support a pattern as a third workout because it's going to be thruster based. So I'm going to give it a 0.75. Okay, so not very likely there. So 20.4. All right, 20.4. This is box jumps, clean and jerk, and then you're gonna go with wall balls, clean and jerk, and then you do get into the single-legged squat here. So this one, as a accessibility, right? I would give it a 1. Most people have this. It's movements that most boxes can support. Difficulty wise, because of that skill, the high skill with a single-legged squat, I'm going to say that it's a 0.75, because you either have it or you don't. A no factor on this, I mean, it's going to just kind of be like, because some people can't do the single-legged squat, they don't know how hard it is, right? So they're just not going to do the workout. Common movements, some, so 0.75. Would it increase? No, this would drive people away because of that single-legged squat and risk to injury of the knee. Good data. It's just going to give you average data, so I'm going to give 0.5. It'll basically say this many participants were able to RX, or this many participants were not able. It does not support a pattern for a first workout. It would support a second workout. It does not support a third. So 0.75. Okay, so on to 20.5. If I remember this workout correctly, it's the choose your own journey. Okay, so you got wall balls, rowing, and muscle up. So it says chest to bar here, but that's for, I believe, scaled or the women's. I'm not exactly sure. But this particular workout is a really good example of CrossFit. It's not extremely accessible. So, for example, the ring muscle up, not all boxes have rings. They should, but they maybe don't across the world. And then only the first part is ultra accessible. It is a difficult workout, there's no doubt. It doesn't really have the no factor. It has the yes factor, I would say, because a lot of people like the choose your own journey. You know, it's kind of like going to Vegas and betting. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money, and everybody loses their money. Same thing with like working out. Like, oh, I'm going to break it up here. I'm going to break it up here. Like with CrossFit, it's like you're always like trying to like out strategize something that you know is just the wheels are going to come off. I guess it does kind of have that no factor a little bit because it's painful to get through that quickly. Common movements, yes, muscle up is common, rowing's common, and wall ball is somewhat common. So I'm going to give that. I'm going to go 0.85 on that. It's not. It does have some pretty common movements. Would this increase participation? That's a really good question. So I would say maybe on this one, because if you did it in 2020 and you do it again. As a first workout though, this would scare people away because they're just like, I can't do the muscle up. So I'm going to give it a 0.5. It would definitely show good data though, because you have this work capacity and like how you carve it up and the different strategies. I'm going to say that's really, really good data. It would also give us so the rule was, if I remember correctly, you had to finish the wall balls and the rowing first. If you did that, then you were able to go on to the muscle ups. So if you started with the 40 muscle ups, but you didn't finish the wall ball and the rowing, you got a 0 for the score. So yeah, this would be good data. It does not support any pattern. It's random. So this would be a good workout 2, not a good workout 1, but it could be a curveball. It's 2025. They could be throwing a curveball at us. And it does support a fourth or the last workout, because this was the last workout. So I'm going to give it a 1. It does support it. Well, I'm going to give it a 0.85. It does support it, but not really. So anyway. So if we were looking at 2020, which are all pretty good workouts. This is the last year we did 5 workouts. We have, 20.2 and 20.1 would be the most likely from that year. Going on to 21.1. Okay, so we got wall walks and dubs. So this is a great workout. It's very inclusive, very accessible. Everybody's got a wall. Everybody can get a jump rope. This is a great workout, and it's going to fulfill a lot of that accessibility. It is difficult. It has the no factor because people don't like to do the wall walks. It has common movements, which is the dubs, but not common, which is the wall walk. But I know they like to test stuff like that. This you could convince somebody who's brand new, first day doing CrossFit, to do this workout. So it's single unders, and that you can easily scale this workout. So that would increase participation. This would give us good data. It does support a pattern as a workout 1. So if they do the repeat as a workout 1, that's a good workout. We're going to skip 21.2 and go on to 21.3. Now, this is where I don't think they're going to repeat this workout. You got front squat, toe to bar, thruster, front squat, a chin to bar, thruster, front squat, bar muscle up thruster. Good workout, excellent. And then you got a part 2. So this could go either way. So as a first workout, okay, and these two are connected here. So you got a part 1, part 2. As a first workout, accessibility and no, it's going to scare the crap out of people. Well, hold on. Accessibility, yeah, most gyms can do this. Difficulty, yes, it's difficult. No factor, of course. Common movements, yes. Would it increase participation? No, it would not. People would be freaked out because you got thrusters, bar muscle ups. It's just too much work. Good data, flip of the coin on that one, 0.75. Does it support a past pattern? Yes, but not as a first workout. It would as a third workout, not as a second workout, but I'm going to give it a 0.75. So definitely a candidate. And then this, I'm going to give 0s across because I don't see them repeating it. Only if and only if, okay, so if they want a part A, part B to add an additional score, right? So if you guys remember, 4 was this cluster of movements: deadlift, clean, hang clean, and jerk. Challenging. If you don't have a good jerk, it doesn't matter what your hang clean deadlift is. So this is basically testing your ability to do a jerk. You got 7 minutes, more than enough time. I don't feel this was a good test. So Plus, you know, let's go through. Yeah, most they have accessibility. Is it difficult? I would say no. It's really not. It's just testing the jerk. Is there a no factor on that? Maybe. You get 7 minutes to recover. You hit 1 rep, you're fine. You could go through. You could do 2, and you're going to be fine. So there's no factor on this. I don't think so. Common movements, yeah, a deadlift, hang clean, or front squat, and then a jerk. Super simple, but yeah, I don't see them redoing this. Would it increase participation? No. I'm gonna give that 0.25. Good data, maybe. And then does it support a past pattern? Only, yes, it does, because there's a part A, part B. Okay. So that one's a little bit of a wild card. I don't know that it would hit that pattern. So let's go to, we're on 22. 22.1, good use of wall walk, right? Dumbbell snatch, what they love to throw at, and then you got a box jump over. You got 15 minutes, okay? So workout 1, yes, accessible. You need a box and a dumbbell. Boom, very accessible. Difficulty, yes, 15 minutes of that is gonna crush you. Anything with a box jump over is gonna crush you, plus you're using your legs and your arms. That's a difficult workout. The no factor, yeah, people suffered through that. I was one of those people. Common movements, give it a 1. Yeah, pretty common. Would it increase participation? Yeah, of course. That one you could be first year CrossFitter, or even like a hybrid athlete, come in and bang that workout out. Show good data? Yep, definitely show good data. Does support the pattern for a workout 1, not for a workout 2, and not for a workout 3. So that's currently our second highest, with a tie between 21.1 and 20.2. So those are good candidates. Okay, so 22.2. If I remember this one correctly, you're looking at, oh yeah, this one's absolutely, this is just pure CrossFit here, full send, 10 minutes. Let's see how fast you can move. This one is simple. Is it accessible? Absolutely. First year CrossFitters could easily do this. Is it difficult? Yes, it is. Does have the no factor because you're going to that pain cave because it's just how fast you can move. Common movements, yes sir. It's got burpees and deadlifts, super simple. This would increase participation. This would give us good data. It also does support a pattern because it's not a high skill movement, right? It's just pure CrossFit. So it supports the pattern. So I'm going to give that a 1. So 7 again there. Let's look at 22.3. Okay, so 22.3 was just crazy. So what they did is they increased the skill, the double unders decreased, but the weights increased. This is a great workout. If you go to here, is it accessible? Yeah, it's a barbell, and then you're going to pull on the bar. Difficult, yes. There's a bit of a no factor to it where people don't want to do it. Common movements, yes. Would this increase participation as a first workout? I'm going to say no. In fact, this would freak people out because it's increasing in weight, right? It would show good data, but only for those people that can hit the weights. So there's a part where it's just kind of like if you can't go from weight 2 to weight 3 and you're cut off, right? That would be one part. It supports a pattern as the third workout, not the first workout. Does not support the pattern as a third workout. So We already talked about 23.1, which was a repeat. 23.2. We're looking at, okay, this one's part A, part B, okay? So there again, if, and I don't think I included this, so 23.2A and 23.2B. So part A and part B is this, so you got the shuttle runs, accessible, burpee pull-ups, accessible. Difficulty wise, you can literally walk and get about the same score, so I'm gonna say it's not as difficult. People that don't like running are not gonna enjoy doing this workout, but I don't think it has the biggest no factor there. It's not scary because you can always walk. Common movements, we don't do a lot of shuttle runs, so, and then the burpee pull-up is kind of a weird thing. Would it increase participation? No. If this is my first workout, I'm passing. Show good data? Maybe. And then does it support past pattern? No, it does not. It's pattern disrupt. So this was the thruster, I believe, if I go back to the B, immediately following 1 rep max thruster. So yeah, so your thruster here, I'd give it a 1. Difficulty, yeah, it's slightly more difficult. There's not much of a no factor. Is it a common movement? Yeah, it's common. And then would it increase participation? Not really. Good data, kind of. And support a pattern. The only thing it supports is the part A, part B. So give that a 0.75. Okay. 23.3. Let's see here. All right, this one is wall walks, dubs, snatches, and then increasing weight. Then it shifts, kipping handstand push-ups, dubs, snatches, and then it repeats that at a 4th weight. I actually like this workout a lot. Accessibility. So it's a barbell and a wall. Yes, most gyms can do it. Difficulty wise, it's very difficult. It's going to test the highest level. Were there a lot of people that dropped the ball on this one that weren't working on their snatch, maybe working on double unders? Yes. There's kind of a no factor there because it's snatching. Snatch is somewhat uncommon, but we do test it. It's usually with the higher levels because it's a slightly harder movement. Your double unders, yes. Handstand push-ups, yes. So it's somewhat common. I could see it as being somewhat common. Would it increase participation? No. Would it show good data? I think if you reran the test, it's going to be difficult to pull. Basically what you're going to see is a lot of people are going to hit that first weight on the snatch but not hit the 4th weight. And then, so I'm going to give it like 0.85. It would give some good data. It does not support a pattern as a first workout. It does as a 3rd workout, so I'm going to give it a 0.75. All right, coming back to 2024 last year. So last year, this workout I think is probably one of the best, probably the simplest test of fitness, pure CrossFit, full send, let's go. Yeah, you're gonna just, this one is accessible, common movements, which is burpee, snatches, really good. So difficulty wise, yes, is super difficult to do this one. Well, it does have that no factor if you've done it because you're going to that pain cave. common movements, I'll give it a 1 because it's got the burpee in there and the snatching, which they've repeated quite frequently with the dumbbells. With this increased participation, yeah, absolutely, because you can teach a snatch with lightweight, somebody's first workout. Boom. Show good data, absolutely. And it's like last year, right? So what have you been working on? This would be really good data. Supports a pattern, yes. So this workout right there, that does support the pattern. If I'm using, like I said, if I'm using this as my go-to, absolutely. So it's absolutely supporting that pattern. All right. So 24.2. I like this workout. I did get injured doing this workout because of the volume, and I did it twice, which was not smart. So accessible, yes. Simple. It's difficult enough to move fast through that. It does have the pain cave factor. Common movements is the double under, rowing, and deadlift. With this increased participation, if they ran it as a first workout, let me check. Is there a time cap? Okay, so this, time cap 20 minutes. Okay, so this supports definitely a second workout. Would it increase participation though? Would I be psyched if this was my first workout in CrossFit? I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to do single unders if I'm a first year CrossFitter. Good data, I would say yes. Supports the pattern of a second, not a first, and not a third. Okay, so yes. So that one's a candidate. And let's go to the last workout. And if I remember this one, okay, 5 rounds thrusters, pull-ups, thrusters, and then it was bar muscle ups, and 15-minute cap. Okay, so this one, would it be accessible? Yeah, you need a barbell and a pull-up bar. It is difficult. It has that no factor because it's rounds. Common movements. Would it increase participation? No, it would not, because thrusters and pull-ups are going to be, that's going to intimidate too many people. Is the data good? Maybe. So I'd say 0.75 there. It supports the pattern of a third workout. It does not support the pattern of a first workout. So 0.75. Okay, so based on this, 24.1 would be the most likely workout to be repeated. Okay. The second most likely is either 20.2, 21.1, or 24.2. So it'd be one of those 4 workouts. If you think differently, go ahead and make a comment below, and I will ignore it. No, I'll probably reply because I don't get a lot of people on my channel. So anyway, let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there.